looking for a hunk for a housekeeper.
Why not? He'll do floors, he'll lift furniture. Can I come over when he lifts?
This decade saw a huge surge in comedy programs, with many of the top shows being popular sitcoms that are still enjoyed today.
Hey, when you get here, what you doing? You can't drive, sucker.
I can't.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 memorable TV characters of the 1980s.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna play a little chicken with the scorpions.
For our series of the top 10 memorable TV characters per decade, we're looking at those characters that were critically and culturally significant and became synonymous with 80s TV culture.
You don't have to worry about him leaving the islands with any gold. You have my word on that.
To make the list, the shows had to have started in 1979 or later, as the characters in question would have made their impact in the 1980s. Also, we're only including live-action characters, and non-human characters are being excluded. Sorry, Alf.
It's heavy, it's hairy, and it talks.
Good. Now, how about fixing my spaceship so I can get my heavy, hairy body out of here?
Number 10, Thomas Sullivan Magnum IV, Magnum P.I.
Oh, shucks, Buck, why not?
Rules are rules.
Yeah, an eye for an eye is my favorite one.
Played famously by Tom Selleck, Magnum is a private investigator with a career and a lifestyle that everyone envied.
I swore I'd never wear a uniform again, even on Halloween.
He lived in blissful Hawaii, he worked only when he wanted to, he drove a Ferrari, and most importantly, he always had a fridge full of beer.
Higgins, what are you doing?
I thought we should have a bit of a chat.
Fine, but I need a drink. What would you like? Beer, whiskey, bones?
He was one of the coolest characters on television, living life to the fullest and making all viewers jealous. He also had a dark history, including a presumed dead wife, making him tragic and human as well.
I knew my nightmare was beginning again, only this time, I was wide awake.
Number 9, Sophia Petrillo, The Golden Girls.
Tea, Sophia.
How about a shot of gin with a beer back?
Out of a fantastic ensemble cast, which included the man-hungry Blanche Devereaux, the dim-witted Rose Nyland, and the sarcastic Dorothy Zbornak, Sophia is arguably the most memorable.
Well, you must be Blanche's sister.
You must be blind.
With her trademark bamboo handbag always on her arm, she's the funniest of the group of ladies, often due to her rude and brazen remarks, especially those directed at her daughter, Dorothy.
I was there for you when you needed a communion dress. I was there for you when you needed a prom dress. I was there for you when you needed a wedding dress. And frankly, I'm sick of it. Buy your own damn dress.
However, she loves them all, and is often the go-to member for advice. Her hints at a dark past, like insinuating that she was in the mob, also make her the most unique of the characters. She is mysterious, brash, and unapologetic, and we love her for it.
You're crazy. This nectarine is beautiful. I never saw a more perfect piece of fruit.
No? Then try kissing my behind.
Number 8, Michael Knight, Knight Rider.
And most of all, the best chance I'll ever get to prove that one man really can make a difference.
A true man's man, Knight helped redefine the policeman character on television, and kicked ass while doing so. Michael is your typical male hero, a meat-and-potatoes-eating ladies' man who knows how to handle himself in battle, but often refuses to use firearms. Instead of guns, he relies on his intelligence and moral code, which made him stand out from the usual gung-ho heroes of television.
Kid, give me a readout on that canyon. With all your scanners, the visuals, the chemical detectors, give me the works, buddy.
With his talking car kit and his intense backstory that involved reconstructive surgery after being shot in the face and left for dead, Michael was a true hero of 80s TV, an officer who got the job done and always looked cool doing it.
I think playtime's over, pal.
Number 7, Alexis Colby, Dynasty.
Blake, I go or I stay where I choose.
The main antagonist of the primetime soap opera Dynasty, Alexis Colby, also known as Alexis Carrington, Alexis Dexter, Alexis Rowan, and more, was constantly stirring up trouble and gave 80s television one of its most despicable villains.
Well, I wish I could help you. But I'm afraid there are no skeletons in my closet, Mr. Dillon.
While she loves her children deeply, she sometimes has a hard time showing it. And she often tries to control them, while constantly also undermining her ex-husband. Her behavior towards her kids reaches villainous heights, as she often neglects their needs or desires in order to remain in control.
I'm glad to see that your father had your teeth fixed, if not your tongue.
She is always causing trouble within her own family and with many other characters on the show, making her a truly memorable villain. Also, she practically invented the catfight.
You miserable bitch!
Number 6. Angus MacGyver, MacGyver.
Great thing about a map, it can get you in and out of places a lot of different ways.
MacGyver, working as a problem solver for a fictional government agency, was one of the smartest and most innovative characters on TV. Like Michael Knight, MacGyver often neglected the use of weapons, relying instead on his intelligence and crafty creations to get himself out of dangerous situations.
What are you doing? Making a rocket thruster?
His resourcefulness was always enjoyable to watch, as each episode brought the excitement and mystery of what MacGyver would create and how he would escape his latest entrapment. A smart character, MacGyver's name has since become a colloquial term regarding problem solving, a true testament to the impact of his character.
You got every approach to the border locked up tight, and there's just no going around them. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to go through them.
Number 5. B.A. Baracus, the A-Team.
If he's flying, then we're dying.
The Expendables of the 1980s, the A-Team revolved around soldiers of fortune as they helped solve crimes in L.A. B.A. has a bad attitude, hence the nickname, often flying into fits of rage and literally lifting his opponents and throwing them away. He's the meanest of the group, but his tough guy persona and lack of control helped to create a memorable character. He is not without humanity, however, as he shares a deep connection with his co-workers and has a fondness for helping children.
I love kids.
Yeah, well, they seem to like you, too. I guess they're not fooled by that scowl you're always wearing.
Look, lady, the way I am is the way I am.
He's a badass with a heart and a true hero. So we pity the fool who doesn't know B.A.
Don't be afraid. I won't let nothing hurt you.
Number 4. Alex P. Keaton, Family Ties.
Well, you can't blame me for trying. Oh.
Alex P. Keaton is a memorable character not just because of his hilarity, but also because of what he represented in the 1980s in general. Alex is a very intelligent and ambitious high school student with an interest in economics and dreams of working on Wall Street.
Dad, recent studies show you can predict success by the way a person dresses.
But more than that, the character came to define the culture clash between Alex's conservative Generation X and the hippie counterculture style of his parents, the baby boomers. It provided laughs, but it also highlighted changes in 1980s America. And Michael J. Fox's Alex was the star of it all.
I did the things that all kids do. Like to color, like to finger paint, play the stock market.
Number 3. Al Bundy, Married with Children.
I want a balloon.
You've already got one.
Ed O'Neill portrayed famous sitcom father Al Bundy over the course of 10 years, drawing acclaim the whole way through.
Oh, sure, on the surface, selling women's shoes is fun. But once you cut through all the hype, the myths, the glamour, it's really very much like any minimum wage paying slow death.
Al represents a stereotypical American father, making him relatable to dads everywhere, as he loves beer, is in debt, and both loves and is annoyed by his wife and children.
We have no juice.
No, I didn't buy any. I didn't have time.
But that happens, I understand. You don't have a job or anything, do you?
What makes Al great is not just how relatable he is, but also his tragic side, as he is generally unhappy and makes sacrifices in order to appease his family. He is easily one of comedy's most hilarious and loving fathers, in his own special way.
You want to go upstairs?
But you wanted to watch the game.
Yeah.
Number 2. Dr. Heathcliff Cliff Huxtable, The Cosby Show.
Cliff, why do we have 4 children?
Because we did not want 5.
Despite the storm of controversy that has tainted Bill Cosby's legacy, the significance and impact of this immensely popular sitcom and the Huxtable family patriarch cannot be overstated. Cliff is always enjoyable to watch, mostly due to his goofy antics towards his family and his friendly competitions with his wife, Claire.
You better handle it, because if I handle it, he's gonna smile and say, no problem, and I'll have to kill him.
So you want me to kill him for you?
While Bill Cosby plays the silly, sweater-wearing, embarrassing dad perfectly, he also portrays the character's tender and loving side, as Cliff is extremely dedicated to his family and loves them deeply.
You think we could do something to cheer her up?
Why don't we fix her favorite dinner?
Now, that's a great idea.
Hot dogs.
That's your favorite dinner.
That is, despite the fact that he often tries to get his elder children to move out in a running gag.
Now, how much does that leave you with?
$850.
All right. Now, you've got to have an apartment because you are not going to live here.
He's the father everyone wishes they had.
And I will take $350 for taxes.
Whoa!
Huh? Yeah. Now, because, see, the government comes for the regular people first.
Before we look at our most memorable character, here are a few honorable mentions.
Would you get out of my way, please?
What about Mr. Kleenex?
Mr. Who?
Sure, Mr. Kleenex. You think he waited around for somebody to say, hey, man, got a tissue? Hell no. He looked at his sleeve and said, I have a better idea. This is it, Maddie. This is our light bulb. This is our tissue.
Listen, pal, I'll worry about my department. Now, unless you got a secretary back at your motel, I suggest you scoot on back there and wait for the phone to ring.
This is the way most of my conversations with my brother Wayne ended. Apparently, he just deeply regretted the fact that I had been born.
I looked everywhere for you. I walked the streets. I searched the alleys. I said to everyone, have you seen Larry? You don't know how many people have never heard of you.
Get your cotton picking paws off.
Now that I finally got hold, I think I'll just hang on. No, it feels kind of nice. I kind of...
I don't feel well.
I know, Dan, but sometimes we have to put our personal problems...
I am going to soil your bench.
Recess now.
Number 1. Sam Malone, Cheers.
Which one of us is the stupider, Sam? Too close to call.
Earning actor Ted Danson 2 Emmy Awards, Sam Malone has become symbolic of the 80s and sitcoms in general. Barman at the titular establishment, but also a recovering alcoholic. He's adored by his patrons due to his friendly attitude and good cheer.
As a matter of fact, I don't have a problem. Coach, get these guys a beer on the house.
Right, Sam.
Not only fun to watch for his camaraderie with his pals, it's also a blast to see this former pro baseball player's smooth seductions of women. Oh, did we not mention he's something of a womanizer?
Oh, Sam, when you were in the back, one of your women called, and she said to tell you that you're a lying piece of garbage and she never wants to see you again.
Did she leave her name?
Such a memorable character in TV history that he's become the subject of many academic articles, especially those about masculinity. Sam Malone was the soul of this bar.
I'm not sure. I mean, these guys are my regulars. If I lose my regulars, I lose my bar. And if single women stop coming in here, I have no reason to live. So...
And just as everyone at Cheers knew his name, so did the audience.
I think you are taking real strides in your development as a human being.
You know, a couple of other chicks said that to me today. I think this human being image is going to get me more action than cheap wine.
Do you agree with our list?
What are you thinking?
Well, if I wanted you to know, I'd...
What TV character from the 80s is your favorite? For more ranked top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Color TV?
Yeah, haven't you ever seen color TV before?
Of course I have. Don't be ridiculous.
Blue!